Welcome to Turtle WoW News with Vrograg. I'm your news anchor orc, Vrograg Fishlayer, here to bring you all the server news for the week of April 15th, 2024. Let's get to it. I'm the orc, and here's the news. Top story this week, Phase 3 is set to be open April 19th on Telebim. The announcement dropped April 13th to give the PvP server notice that the AQ War effort and all that it entails are coming soon. Along with the announcement, it seems the team are also teasing more changes in the near future, though details remain vague. Community response in-game was largely positive from what I've been able to gather while playing on Nordinar's younger sister server. Concerns yet remain on exactly how the war effort will be implemented with Telebim's smaller population size. Fortunately, the previous war effort on Nordinar that happened years ago took place when the server was about as big as Telebim is now. With any luck, the team will be able to adjust, and the event will be great fun for the banana diehards of Turtle WoW. We'll keep tabs on how the war effort goes and keep you all updated here as events develop. News was slow this week, so rather than reach to make a small story big, I decided to give an update on how things are going in the Class Change Council. Of course, I am under strict gag orders from speaking on specifics, but recently the Turtle team members have been able to move to a new phase of class change development. This has opened the floodgates to allow council members to propose new abilities, talents, and sometimes whole, newly designed talent trees. The proposals and conversations have brought up 32 separate new abilities, 44 new or adjusted talents, and 15 discussions just on balancing existing abilities. Nearly 90% of these proposals and debates have sprung up in the last week or two, thanks to the team's focus turning to class design for the next patch. Even more encouraging is that the council is being regularly updated from twice-a-week meetings the Turtle team holds internally. Thanks to these meetings, proposals are getting approval or denial along with an overall update on the new design document for Class Change 2. I'll admit it is taking all of the restraint my big green heart can muster not to scream from the rooftop some of the changes coming your way. But, as with all things Turtle, it will happen, when it happens. Slow and steady wins the race. I'll continue to do what I can to share with you whatever information becomes publicly available about the Class Council. And I'd like to thank those counselors involved for their hard work and dedication to making the next round of class changes as good as they possibly can be. Those are the top stories for this week. Now let's see how the auction house has been faring with this week's Market Watch. Welcome to Market Watch, where I remain annoyed that auctioneers don't have separate pickpocket loot tables. All our data is gathered from numbers provided by wowauctions.net. Make sure to use their website for all of your own market data research and investment due diligence. First to Telebim. The Alliance S&V 200 grew a few silver, finishing the last few weeks just above 5 gold, while the Horde likewise showed some modest growth, finishing at 4 gold 60. With uncertainty about how much will be needed for the opening of Anchorage, it seems like market uncertainty is holding for the time being, and certain indexes on either side seem to be moving less in sync. For instance, Alliance Fishing jumped 80% in value, while the Horde dropped about 50%. Skinning on Alliance plummeted from 1 gold 40 to finish at 60 silver, while Horde grew from 1 gold to just under 2, a 90% increase. Even in mining, both sides have seen market difference. The Alliance started around 1 gold 75 and dropped under half a gold, while the Horde started over 2 gold and is back there after a midweek rally. If you're an investor on Telebim, pay close attention to materials and goods needed for the war effort, because volatility like this is a sure way to make some easy coin. Now let's check Nordinar. The S&V 200 has continued pushing up in value, trending up 17% to end market just over 9 gold. The rally on the 13th also broke a server record for the highest the index has ever traded at, summiting at 10 gold 48. So while growth might seem modest as of late, it still is as high as it's ever been. When looking at accessory indexes though, the picture on why market value has gone up isn't exactly clear. Many indexes have shown modest growth, like enchanting up a few percents in 2 weeks, but that has been following a much longer general trend of increasing in value since December. Fishing, likewise, had a nice little rally, but growth only amounted to 8%, and historically is well within its normal pattern since December. Of course, there are even downward pressures on the market, like in mining, which lost 15% in the short term, but in the long term is still steadily on the rise. Determined to look deeper, I looked at specific commodities, thinking scarcity might cause crazy market fluctuations. Items like arcane crystals, black lotus, elemental earth, elemental water, large radiant shards, righteous orbs, and even golden pearls. But by and large, many of these materials had appreciation in value, but in 2 months, growth has still been mostly modest. I even contrived to examine secondary products, items already refined into their most desirable form, and even there, the same thing. Modest growth, if not decrease, in flasks, elixir of poison resistance, greater nature protection potion, and sapper charges. Rather than bore you with 80 other graphs generated, I'm pleased to say the market is growing, but not untenably so. A really great sign for future economic stability. Except for Flask of Petrification. Those things are at 95 gold and grew 19% in 2 months. Not sure what that's all about, probably some speedrun strategy, but there will always be market outliers, I guess. That's all the time we have for Market Watch today. I hope you found some of the information here useful. Make sure to use wowauctions.net for all of your own market research. Remember to keep an eye on your coin, otherwise someone else will for you. Let's get back to the news. A quick note on the community bulletin. I'd like to personally congratulate Sylvis Valadar and Tanushi Layspark on their upcoming nuptials. If you're interested in celebrating the roleplay wedding, make sure to check out the event channel on the Turtle WoW Discord. May you have a fruitful and blessed union. All are welcome, and gifts for the newly wedded can be made out to Silver Covenant's Guild Bank Fund. Now for the changelog for April 9th, which hosted 15 separate entries. Let's cover the most impactful changes in this week's changelog roundup. Dampen Magic as of late was overtuned specifically for damage over time effects, which caused a number of bug reports. However, that problem has since been fixed, with broad language implying that perhaps it wasn't only Dampen Magic that was overtuned. Transmog enthusiasts rejoiced when it was announced that the bandage, glove, and shirt items were added to Deneb Walker's and Balai Wine's vendor stock, both first aid vendors of course. The look they offer is unique in that it can show, rather than tell, that a player has been in a battle and is on the mend. Each item comes in 3 varieties to suit the need for your next look or roleplay outfit. Fighting General Rajax, event boss in AQ20, and Gothic in Naxxramas had some exploits patched out for those naughty exploiters. Druids now benefit from the natural shapeshifter mana reduction cost when shapeshifting into Tree of Life form, and Feral's Berserk aura will no longer be removed when switching between cat and bear form. Engineering exploiters, a little too clever for their own good, will no longer be able to summon their constructed pets without the corresponding item. And finally, there was a bevy of changes coming to the Sunnyglade Valley custom battleground. Buffs can no longer be taken out of Sunnyglade. Mini-boss quests should now properly reset. Faction bosses had their health totals buffed. A notification sound will play when the final boss is engaged. Honor rewards were increased. There are now special lootable trinkets from fallen players, and the minimum number of players needed to start the battleground has been reduced. Looks like it's a nice time to try out the custom battleground if you haven't already. That completes the changelog roundup for this week. This week's changelog may be out soon, so make sure to check it out so you can keep on top of all the latest adjustments coming to Turtle WoW. Before we wrap up the program, I have one announcement to make. To celebrate the channel providing Turtle WoW content for 1 whole year, April 27th will be the next installment of Azeroth's next top Mogel. Not only that, but I plan to actually do a face reveal live. After a full year of obscurity, you'll get to see the face behind the orc. So mark your calendars, and I hope to see you there live. I'll have more details next week, including an event posting for those that want to sign up. Anyone who wants to volunteer to help run the event, contact me on Discord. That rounds out this week's news. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I'll be hosting my regular fishing chat this weekend, and I may stream some other times during the week, time permitting, so keep an eye out for notifications. There is plenty of event planning to do, and maybe some other games to play. If you like this content and want to support me, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're feeling generous, super chats are enabled, and I have a tip link available. My comments, DMs, and emails are always open for feedback, constructive criticism, and any news items you'd like to have shared. All methods of reaching me will be in the description of the video. It's about time for me to head out. Whatever you're doing, make sure to have fun, be safe, and as always remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.